Today I wanted to highlight New England Patriots wide receiver Jalen Reagor, who had an impressive college career at TCU. In 2017, as a sophomore, he scored 8 touchdowns with 33 catches for 576 yards. He improved further in 2018 with 72 receptions for just over 1,000 yards and 9 TDs. 2019, 43 catches, 611, 5 touchdowns, while also contributing significantly as a return specialist. This was in spite of TCU's inconsistent quarterback play, which often failed to utilize him as a deep threat. Reagor consistently managed to get open downfield, but no avail. It was thought that with a more capable quarterback, he would have posted better numbers. As virtual pro day, Jalen put up a 4.23 40 and a sub-4 shuttle with a 42-inch vert and an insane 11'6" broad jump. Yes, 11 feet. The guy's got pop in his legs. Reagor was drafted by the Eagles in the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft, which was loaded with plenty of receiver talent. Now, unfortunately, Reagor is primarily known for being drafted 1 pick ahead of Justin Jefferson, but he was also ahead of Ayuk and Higgins and Pittman, which has kind of labeled him as a quote-unquote bust. Now, looking at his NFL stats, it is fair to say Jalen has underperformed. During his time with the Eagles, he recorded 31 receptions for 396 yards and 1 touchdown his rookie season. In his second season, 33 receptions, 299 yards with only 2 TDs. In 2022, Reagor was traded to the Minnesota Vikings, where he only caught 8 passes for 104 with only 1 TD. Now in 2023, he joined the Patriots, adding depth to the receiving core, but did not make any significant impact statistically until the final games of the season. So, the bust label, I think, is kind of warranted, but minus his year with the Vikings, Jalen has been dealt absolutely horrendous QB play. Zappe seemed to be the only guy picking up on Jalen's rhythm towards the end of the year. All the previous QBs failed to link up with him. Still, Jalen does have some weaknesses, that is true. Reagor is shorter than ideal for a perimeter X receiver, and his route running is far from perfect. He also has occasional concentration drops, and he has a limited catch radius, which can be a drawback in contested catch situations. So he's not perfect, but those concerns and limitations I thought were pretty apparent coming out of TCU. So, was it Reagor's problem, or is it really just the Eagles? I mean, I like Jalen's profile, but he was overdrafted by the Eagles in my opinion, who were probably looking at his profile and versatility and thought they could find a way to use him, because if he can figure it out, there's definitely something there. Now, Reagor was still incredibly young coming out at 20 years old and needed significant development in his route running skills before becoming a number 1 receiver. There has been a lack of development. Another thing, Reagor's strengths were egregiously underutilized with the Eagles, and his style just didn't fit with the Vikings. So lack of development and improper deployment, or just a bad fit, were also contributors to his lackluster performance over the past few years. Don't get me wrong, again, Jalen has his flaws, but I still think he got blamed for the Eagles' mistake in mishandling, which happens at some point in all franchises. Every few years, a team typically mishandles a top prospect. Some things just simply don't line up. But let's discuss how the Patriots could finally unlock some of Jalen's latent potential. Reagor is known for his exceptional speed, explosiveness, and playmaking ability. He has the rare talent to score from anywhere on the field, forcing defenses to keep his safety deep and significantly impacting game strategies. Reagor is quick off the line with an outstanding quick first step. He stretches defenses and creates adequate separation. His explosiveness in and out of cuts, ability to break double teams, and strong athleticism make him a versatile threat. One of his best routes would be curl routes, and everything derived off that route, especially something like a hitch and go or like a stutter and go, where the cornerback has to either decide to stick with him hard, but then he uses a hard 3-step decel and he breaks him off, or he stays off, then you give Jalen too much space to catch the ball, and then he loses you. Despite his smaller stature, he positions himself well for catches and is a dangerous returner on special teams. Understandably, these are things that we kind of already know about Jalen, but the deep dive shows us that Jalen has not been used correctly or at least optimized. Reagor's effectiveness in screenplays has been a consistent theme throughout his football career. At TCU, screenplays were a significant part of his offensive production, capitalizing on his speed and agility to generate yards after catch. He essentially employs his return specialist qualities to his receiving game. Amazing vision and instincts for seeing the field and navigating traffic. In the NFL, while his overall production has been more modest, obviously, again, screenplays have worked out well for him, leveraging his playmaking abilities. Reagor's quickness and ability to navigate through defenses could make him a valuable asset on screenplays, if actually utilized. Now, another thing that we saw at TCU that we haven't really seen too much at the NFL level is his ability to be used in creative plays. In addition to his receiving skills, Reagor has also demonstrated the ability to contribute rushing the ball and to be deployed in motion. During his college career at TCU, he had 35 rushing attempts for 325 yards, showcasing his versatility and ability to make plays out of the backfield. In the NFL, Reagor has continued to show some potential in these roles, occasionally taking handoffs and coming in motion to create mismatches and exploit his speed. His agility and explosiveness again make him a threat on jet sweeps and other creative offensive plays designed to get him open space. Now, of course, we have to highlight his return ability. In 2019, Reagor led the Big 12 in punt return averages. He was also ranked second in the nation in 2019. At the NFL level, his return ability has been solid, and sadly was one of the best highlights from the Patriots 2023 season. So what's my point? What's the play here? Well, I think it's up to the Patriots to get Jalen involved in screens, put him in motion, get him coming out of the backfield as a rusher or as a receiver, and obviously utilize him on returns. Then you can add him in as a true home run threat with the potential to be a game-changing receiver on the outside. His ability to take the top off the defense and score anytime he touches the ball is still a threat. He still has that ability, but the Patriots need to utilize him correctly first. The dude is 5'11 and over 200 pounds. He's a rocket running back, basically. Get the ball in his hands on short routes and let him break some ankles. Once you bait the defense in on him, run the hitch and go, and he's wide open deep. I haven't seen any tape from the Eagles, Vikings, or the Patriots that attempted to set this guy up correctly. I'm not saying he's going to be a primary receiver, but Jalen is a unique talent on the roster. It is up to AVP to finally figure this guy out. Of course, that takes Jalen to do his part, but the NFL has consistently mishandled him. Get the ball in his hands early and establish momentum with his strengths. Yes, you could still develop Jalen on the outside. He's going into 5 years in the league, but he's only 25. He is still 6 months younger than two-year player City Sao. He still has some time to develop on that end. He finally got the QB who can actually turn and rip it to him on the screen and let him tear up the defense. Something this guy has really never had. Put him in motion, bring him into the backfield, and make the box messy. Create some conflicts. Bringing that sort of threat into the backfield is going to create some sort of mismatch. Plus, there is a way to do this that doesn't require completely reworking the offense. The dude just needs to be unleashed and deployed appropriately. Now, the big problem is, will he even make the roster? You got two rookie wide receivers that appear to be operative. You brought in KJ Osborne, who is a legitimate NFL receiver. Pop is there, obviously. Bourne is coming back at some point. Thornton still needs to be developed if he doesn't fall apart. Juju's knee apparently is looking better. There might be some switch coming back there, which would be a big game changer for the Patriots. So that wide receiver room is going to be really crowded. So even though Reagor probably still has some latent potential to be unlocked, he might not get a chance. However, I think Reagor's best bet is still to stand out as a kick returner, to get him on the roster, and then hopefully he can show that Brissett, May, Zappi, Milton will work better for him. Or if not, he's going to be gone. Again, I hope the coaching staff can use this guy correctly rather than just having him be just a deep threat. Unleash the guy correctly. Anyway, what do you guys think of Jalen? Do you think AVP can use him correctly with screens, rushing the ball, creative plays? Is he more than just a kick returner? Will he make the roster? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.